Hi, good morning. This is Devorah Harow from Devorah Wellness Center. We're gonna have someone talking along with me this morning, but I wanted to say first of all, welcome, and I'm very excited to be doing these live streams. I started last week, and I feel like this is going to be my new blog. It's going to be my live stream blog, and I already have so many ideas. If you've been following my posts about this, I was planning on talking today about the color pink, an open heart, and tragedy. But on my way, when I was like getting ready to think about, getting myself in gear for this live stream this morning, I was thinking about coming down and getting my cup of coffee and sitting down in Beit Roga. And I realized that I need to take a step back. And before I talk about anything else, I feel like I just feel like it's important that I share how I got here and why I'm so passionate, why this energy that you see coming across the screen, why it's here, how it got here. Because doing these live streams, doing the work that I do, coming down to Beit Roga, fills me with an energy that is beyond, it's just this excitement that gives me energy to go through a whole day, a whole week, with this incredible passion and fire and excitement. So I want to share with you more about my journey. I started talking about this last week, but I didn't get to go into it as deeply as I would have liked. And I really feel like it's important that you know my journey, because I feel that when we share, I know when we share experiences, we empower each other to rise up. I have grown so much from hearing other people's experiences, and I feel like there's something to be learned from mine. And so I want to start by saying that around 3 years ago, well, my journey's been a very long one, but let's just focus on around 3 years ago. And let's say that, basically how it started is I would wake up in the morning, and if you had asked me, basically I would look in the mirror and I would see that there was some sadness there. There was something that I felt should be there that wasn't, and it made me sad, because if you had asked me what I would change in my life or what was missing from my life, I would say that I loved my life. It was what my husband and I built intentionally. It was God's grace and our dreams, and it was beautiful. So why was I having a hard time getting up in the morning, and why was I not seeing? Why did I feel like there was something missing in my eyes? There was some sort of sadness, and it didn't make sense to me, and it bothered me, because, if I have every reason to be happy and I'm not, what's missing? I don't, I'm a big jigsaw puzzle maker, and if there's a piece missing, I'd like to get everything in order. I'd like to know. I would like to understand why. So I guess I sent up a prayer, and I said, God, I'd really like to know what I can be doing differently, what can be bringing me happiness. I don't remember exactly how I phrased the prayer, but I was looking to God for for an answer. Hold on one second. I was looking to God for an answer, and I don't know if it was a few days later, a few weeks later, I got an email sent from my good friend and neighbor, and it was about this love and passion coach, Stacey Martino. And at first, before I even opened it, I was like, love and passion coach, what is this about? And I was like a little bit, blushing, but then I opened it up and I realized it was totally not that kind of stuff. Basically, she talks about finding passion in your relationship, and I took it to finding passion in your life. That's what I was looking for, and I took a 3-day, basically a video that she had led me to taking a 3-day course with her, an incredible immersion retreat. And I started realizing that there was just some passion. That's what was missing in my eyes. I loved my life. I loved the things that made up my life, but there was something missing, and I was so low on energy, and I had such a hard time getting myself moving in the morning, and I just felt like there was some spark missing that would give me the energy to do everything else. And I just loved her course. And then I met four amazing women in the chat room, that we were all taking the course from remotely over the internet. And so we were in the chat room together, and we have built incredible relationship. We talk all the time. We for 2.5 years now, we are in touch continually. I don't know if 2 days goes by when I don't check in, or definitely not a week when we don't check in with each other. We have virtual coffees with each other once a month. And why am I mentioning this? Because one of the women in that group led an audio call 2 years ago in December, so December of 14. And I mentioned this again last week, but she talked about what you would visualize for yourself, for your business, for the coming year. And I closed my eyes and I visualized Beit Roga. And I know I mentioned this last week, but the point is here that I hadn't had that dream before. And if you had asked me what my dreams were, if there was anything more I could dream for my life, I probably would have said no. I loved my life, like I said, and I didn't know what was missing until I, took Stacy's course and realized that there was some passion missing, something to light a fire that excited me, that was for me. I love doing things for my family and for my husband and for my home, but there was some piece missing. Hold on. Some little guy's feeling left out. So I felt like there was something missing for me, and but I didn't know what still. And then I had this live call, this audio call, and this dream just came into my head. I let myself get into the meditation. I followed the guided imagery. I started understanding a new concept for me, which was bringing dreams into manifestation. And at that time, it was just having the dream that was the big wow and the big aha for me. I mean, this dream was just incredible. But then over the course of the year, I watched it unfold over the course of the next 9 months. And that was even more incredible. And then the following year, the same thing, a dream that I had had for years, started manifesting in December and came to fruition 9 months later. So it's just this whole idea of having a dream. And I wanted to talk about this today because there's so many people out there, women, men, who go through their day. And if you stop and ask them if they're happy, they're happy. They have a good job that pays the bills. They have a family. They have a home. They have so many things, so many blessings to be thankful for. We all have our challenges, but in general, I feel like a lot of us would say, yeah, sure, our life is good. And some of us would say, there's something missing. Like I felt like there's something missing, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then yet there are other people who are really sad or miserable and really feel like they're stuck in situations that they don't feel like they can get out of. And they really feel like there's no spark in their life and passion has gone out the window, and it's hard for them to get up every morning and go to work every morning, and they get sort of into like this robot routine. And so what I want to invite you all to do, to take from my story this ability to allow yourself to dream, to know that right now, today, you might not know what your next dream is, but if you open yourself up to it, you will find it. I have basically, and if you're like, oh, I don't have the tools. I didn't know what the tools were either. You know, I woke up and I saw my sad eyes and I sent out a prayer, and then the answers started coming. It all starts with awareness and a prayer, because there's certain things we can't figure out on our own, and certain things that we can't get to on our own. This dream I got to through my friend Tess. She was the conduit for it, and Beit Roga started being built because my husband had me put my dream on paper. There are a lot of different steps along the line, but if you open yourself up to that line, to that process, magical things unfold. I have a small example to share, and you might think I'm crazy, but when you see this happen over and over again, you realize it's a pattern, and it's not crazy. It's life. Just the other day, I was giving a Skype flower essence consult to someone, and I was thinking how nice it would be, instead of me standing there holding up the flower cards, if I could just share my screen with her. And so afterwards, I said to my husband, who's way more tech savvy than I am, you know, is there a free video chat platform where I can share my screen as well? And he said, you can on Skype. Okay, so I was totally oblivious. And so he told me that, and I was still trying to figure out how to do that. And because he told me that I could, and he explained to me how, but I hadn't yet gone through, you know, the steps. And then last night when I turned on Skype to complete this consult with this lady, what pops up on my screen? On my Skype entrance screen, a small how-to video, how to share your screen during a session. And I was like, okay, in 45 seconds, all the steps right there, the answer to my prayer. I asked a question. I wanted to find something out that would help me bring my services out to the world, and the answer came. And this happened to me. This has happened to me. This happens to me all the time. You ask a question and the answer will show up in your inbox as, you know, like me. My friend shared this woman's video with me, and that started an incredible journey for myself. And, you know, it can show up as a blog. You know, you'll see a blog, or, you know, random things hit our Facebook our Facebook news feed. And so often over the course of the past 2 years, when I've been trying to figure things out, exactly a message or a blog or a meme would come up that was so suited. You know, I'd asked a question the day before, and here was the answer: how to X, or, you know, some sort of mantra or inspiration that I was able to take with me into my day. Just so many things like that. So if you open up your eyes, you'll really get to see the path. You don't have to know. When I had this dream, I had no idea the how it was going to happen. You don't need to know how. You don't need to have the how. You need to have the faith. You need to have the trust. You need to know that it can happen, and that's all. That's all you need. So I want to show you, as always, some flowers that help with this, and that came up to share the message today. So there's Red Mandevilla, which is about manifestation and balance, and it helps us bring our dreams into this world. I was very much a person living in all my dreams and all my ideas. I'm an idea person, and my journey over the past 2.5 years has really taught me the balance needed between the higher chakras and the ideas and the physical realm of bringing it into the world. And it's magical. Once you connect the two, it's really magical. This is Orange Rose. This is a moonflower essence. Red mandevilla is a Beit Roga essence made here in Kochav HaShachar. And orange rose is a moonflower essence from my mentor, Sarah Turner, who taught me all I know about flower essences and started me on my journey. And I came to her through the same connection. I believe it was Stacy Martino. She's in a group with all these other women who give away these free gifts once a year. And I looked through it and I saw a free webinar, I think it was, with Sarah Turner, all about flower essences. And I had no idea why I was pulled to it. I had taken flower essences before, and honestly, I hadn't felt any change from them. So I thought it odd that I chose to listen to it. But on the other hand, I didn't find it odd at all because my intuition was totally, you need to see this. And here I am 2 years later, on my way to graduating from this course. And Orange Rose is about stepping into your light and becoming your best self without fear or hesitation. It's taking that step into your highest light. And it's an incredibly powerful empowerment essence and very appropriate for today. Oak, also about manifestation, about bringing your energies into this world, bringing your ideas into this world. There's also, where is she? Clematis. Also, for the very creative dreamer, for the person who lives very much in their heads and has all these great ideas, or maybe you even don't have the idea yet. Again, I didn't have the idea. I just realized I needed some passion, something to dream of, something that was going to light my fire every morning to get out of bed. And just open yourself up to it. And so Clematis helps bring our dreams into this world. And if you don't have the dream, it's okay. Open yourself up to it and it will come to you. Whatever your dream may be, it will come to you. Wisdom. This is also Beit Roga essence. And this is an amazing, incredible tree that you can just sit under and look up. And this is the view you have of the canopy. And you just feel this old, ancient wisdom surrounding you. And you just know that all is well because there is this wisdom that exists in this world that's guiding everything, including you on your path. So it's a very soothing essence. I'll show it to you again. Very, very soothing. Again, because it connects you with this higher wisdom and helps you realize that you don't have to rely on yourself. And your own wisdom. You can combine that with this greater divine wisdom to help you come out on your path. Okay, this, it was funny. I said that I was going to do the live stream on an open heart, the color pink, and tragedy. And then when I started thinking about coming down here to do it, I started thinking about, no, well, first I need to talk about my dream, Beit Roga, and because I started thinking about my coffee. I'll get back to a funny story about that. And then, before I even came down, I thought of a third topic that I want to talk about. So I might do a couple of live streams this week. But this topic is about finding your voice. And that is what Magenta Orchid comes to tell you. She is an incredibly powerful flower. And she helps you find your voice and speak your truth in the world. And more about that probably later today or sometime this week. And for those of us who have a hard time getting in touch with our tuition or trusting that there is this higher wisdom that's going to guide us, some of you might be saying like, okay, whatever, great, that worked for you, but, I'm not there. It's there for everyone. And if you're having a hard time trusting that, then Serrato is a great flower that can work for you. And if you guys are interested in understanding what it's like to feel the energy of a flower, you can try them, or you can simply look at a picture. So you can, Google Serrato and find a picture that looks like this. and just look at the flower and feel what that flower is bringing to you. And in the first couple of times you do it, you might not feel anything, but then one time you might see a flower and it's gonna, wow, like, oh my gosh, I really feel what this flower, this flower is trying to tell me something. This flower is trying to, give me something. And then another time you'll look and you're like, oh, wow, I get the message. I feel this. And that'll happen to people while I'm doing flower essence consults with them. And I think it's a really magical experience for people. So if you are wary of taking flower essences, you can just start with that. You can just start with looking. You can go into the garden. Go into your garden and look at your flowers and see what you feel from them. What do you feel when you look at them? And a lot of us will say cheerfulness, happiness, but there's also, other messages that the flowers have. So look out for it. There's so many essences that came up today that can really help people move into their dream, find their passion. But I'm going to leave them aside for now. And if anyone has any questions, please either PM me or write them in the comments below. I will respond to any questions. If you have a dream and you want to share it with us, please share it with us. If you'd like me to do a guided imagery with you guys to help you find your dream, then please let me know. I would love to do that. I'm here to help you on your path. And just like the people who were there for me helped me on mine. And so whatever way I can do that, I would love to. So just put your comments in the comments below or PM me. And if you have any other ideas, anything you'd like to hear me speak about my journey or about flower essences, about manifestation, more about morning routines, then please let me know as well. And just one last thing, I keep mentioning this coffee. So this was a big part of my dream. When I had my dream, I had this dream that I smelled this coffee. Again, it wasn't an actual sleeping dream. It was this guided imagery that led me to this dream. And I smelled the fresh brewed coffee, and I sat outside of my clinic in my basement. This was what I saw in my vision, and in my guided imagery, this was the result of it. And so when I thought about my coffee this morning, that's what led me to thinking, that I should share this with you guys. But before this was even built, before we had cleared the space out, I had bought myself a coffee maker. That was one of the first things I think I did after I put the plans on paper and we got a contractor, maybe even before we got the contractor. I got my coffee maker, and I love coming down to make my coffee because it reminds me about my dream and that we can have our dreams and watch them manifest. And there is no magic in life like living your dream, like watching it unfold, like knowing that you're on your path and watching as God supports you getting there. So I wish you all the best. Have a great day, a great week, and here's to manifesting your highest dreams.